Hi and welcome to Using OneNote Everyday Part 9. Today we're going to look at review, view and history. So firstly let's show you how to use the spelling. So if we put the word hello but just put one L, it'll put a red underline under it. And if we go to spelling, it also helps us to check our whole document, but we can see the word there and then click on change and it'll change it. Simple as that. And it now just says spelling's complete. Not as much to check. Now researching the spelling area is quite important because what it does is it allows us to be able to use other reference books that are already in the system or that we can add. So if you've got another encyclopedia or diary or reference book that you'd like to add, you can easily add that to that area. Thesaurus is a tool that we can use to help us suggest using a different word when you're writing letters and paragraphs. It's quite a good way to do that, and it's got a fair selection of different words that would substitute the word hello, and by clicking on one of those it would substitute that word. Now the last section in that is, we'll close those other ones off, is the accessibility check. Now that just means people who have a disability, perhaps a bit poorer eyesight, or and it's just about making your document readable, and there's a fair section in the help there. Okay, the next one is translate. So translate is very important too because there are a lot of other languages that people speak, and by selecting translate we can actually translate a document into a different language. So if we select that, change this out of the translation here, we actually can pick one of the different languages. So if you notice down there it says French, and further down hello, and then bonjour. But have a look at all the languages that are available for us. So it's only a matter of highlighting that section, swapping to the language, and it'll do it. And we are able to set the language that we're using as well. I speak English, so I'm Australian. It's the only language I know, so mine's set for that. And password protect, I've done a little bit on that before. Password protect the section. So if we just type in start a new section and set password, we can use this just to demonstrate how this works. So if you collect that, click on it and enter a password, just using something really simple, confirm the password, and as I just circled, don't lose it because you can't open this up. You can't break into it otherwise. There's no backdoor that I know of yet. Anyway, so now the password select. So it's adding the password to that section, and that section is now closed. So unless you know the password, and all you have to do is press enter or right click on it, and the password protection box will come up, type it in, and it opens up. Simple as that. So we can easily password protect a section. Let's take it off here or remove it. I'll just show you how to do that. Just click password remove, put it in, and then it's gone. Okay, so we can easily add password protection. When you're sharing documents, it's quite an important part of the process. Link notes is just a way for us to link notes up between different sections of our books that we have. If you've got other information that you'd like to be able to access quickly, you can add a link to that. If you've got set password areas and all that sort of thing can all be added into this linked section of OneNote, and we can tie information we have in other books to the notes that we're writing now, so you don't have to write things out or copy it. And view. Okay, now view is sets our page distances. It sets what we're looking at. Click on that one, just fills the whole page, takes everything off, and docked to the desktop will keep this page right there. I've just highlighted at all times. We can set page colors, which can be quite useful too if you like having page colors. Set lines on pages, and you can set that for defaults. And you can click on hide the title, so you notice the title just disappeared. And selecting paper size, we have a auto select, but we also can set a size that we like. So we click on the A4 there, and now that's what we've got with a lined and colored page. Okay, so let's have a look at the next little function in the this area, we can actually swap the pages around, swap the profile from portrait to landscape and back again quite easily. Okay, so let's have a look at zoom. So if I write something on the page, don't write too quickly, but there you go. And then go to the zoom function. I'll just show you, if you zoom in, zoom out, and you notice the number on the right hand side there changes as you zoom out. But you can also do that manually too. So it's got the presets there. Just click on the preset you'd like to have, and very quickly it zooms in and out on the page. Now, page width will help you if you have space on your screen. You may as well maximize it by clicking on the page width button. It brings the your screen so that is filled up by your paper from one side to the other. Okay, so the last section in this is window. So we can add a new window just like that. So we've just added one over the top of the other, get rid of it, and we can dock a window, and it'll keep a section right here for us so that we always have access to it. And new quick note. That's a great little add-on. If you click on that, it brings up a page that we can write on, separate to OneNote, and you can keep this note separate. And it's pretty much like a sticky note that we have available for us in Windows as well, that we can keep, and no matter where we go in our work, we're always there. And the last item on the Windows is always on top, so it'll keep a page. You can swap to a page and it'll bring the other page back to the top. So it always will keep this page on the top of what you're doing when you go back to this screen. So that's a very useful part of OneNote. History. Okay, so let's have a look at the history section. So in the unread column, we have two items. The next, unread. So what happens is if other people contribute to your document, then it'll come up as excuse me, unread, or you can mark it as read. In the recents file, you can go back and have a look at that, find authors. We can even hide the authors. The authors are listed down here, and depending on who's added to the document will depend on those notes. And then you can sort that as well, because you can sort it by what date it was changed, but also sort it by the author. It also keeps a record then for us of who's contributed onto your shared book or your documents or your pages here. So it's tracked, and you can find out who did what, which is quite important because it helps us with accountability. We also have a page versions where if you delete and change a page. And then the last item is our recycle bin. Now this is a bin. When you delete something, it keeps it there for 60 days. So after 60 days, it'll be gone. Okay, so we've been through part 9 of using OneNote every day. My name's Richard Hill from Beast Consultants. Thanks for your time today.